Good evening, this is Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. Tonight, the RSS and the BJP begin a crucial 3-day coordination meeting with top ministers attending. Even the Prime Minister is expected to go. With the Sangh concerned about various issues ahead of the Bihar polls, will the RSS dictate a course correction for the Modi government? Also tonight, the centre's plans to revamp the Nehru Museum in Delhi draws criticism from the Congress and from some historians. The BJP says Nehru's work is not being erased as it looks to showcase the Modi government's big plans. Are Nehru's contributions being sidelined, as the Congress alleges? That's coming up in about 30 minutes from now. But first, a key 3-day meeting of the BJP and the RSS on all issues is underway here in the national capital, with the Sangh giving feedback to the government on a host of issues, particularly ahead of the Bihar elections. Senior ministers of the government, in fact, are making presentations to the RSS on various different issues. And Rahul Srivastava has been covering that meeting and joins us now. Rahul, take us through what some of these presentations have been about. I believe the foreign minister has already made one and other ministers will follow.
Nidhi, the RSS and the BJP maintain that the Samanvay Baitak or the coordination meeting is routine. But 93 delegates, 15 top organizations of the Sangh Parivar, BJP's top ministers, this meeting is anything but ordinary. What we can definitely say that the performance of the NDA government and also the kind of perceptions and the worries emanating because of that is under a serious scrutiny inside the Madhyanchal Bhavan in Delhi. The top ministers like Arun Jaitley, finance minister, the labour minister over the labour strike, for example, and all the issues concerning the labourers in the country, the agriculture minister, kind of crisis agriculture is facing, Sushma Swaraj, the External Affairs Minister, and the BJP President Amit Shah all have already made presentations. Sushma Swaraj, for example, talked about the foreign policy issues, why the talks with Pakistan failed, what was the reason behind the Bangla Accord, and also the Naga Peace Accord. All these elements, then Mr. Jaitley made presentation about various elements like GST and others. The Agriculture Minister faced some very tough questions. What one can certainly say that there is a sense of worry. These are closed small sessions between one top minister and some experts from the Congress, from the RSS who have been put together. They are holding small conclaves. These are feedback providers and also those who have been working in the government. Similar sessions will be held over the next few days with ministers like Mr. Rajnath Singh facing questions from the VHP and others. Smriti Irani, the HRD minister, on what has been done as far as the RSS education agenda is concerned. Uma Bharti, for example, on water resources, on the kind of agendas that have to be followed there. What one can say is that if there have been no clashes over the last 15 months between the RSS and the BJP, because the RSS, it seems, has given a long rope, we can certainly now see that the RSS is now stepped in for course correction, if not taking over the steering wheel of the NDA government.
All right, well, interesting ahead. And Rahul, as you've been reporting, the Prime Minister also expected to attend this RSS meeting at some point over the next 3 days. BJP President Amit Shah, we understand, is there as well on all 3 days. Thanks very much for that update tonight, Rahul Srivastava. So the question is whether there is a course correction in a sense that the RSS will be dictating to the Modi government, and therefore can the RSS now, or can it be openly said that it is very much a political organization that is guiding and perhaps influencing the policies of the government and the BJP. We've got Rakesh Sinha, Professor Rakesh Sinha of the RSS here in the studio with us. Also, Shekhar Gupta with us. Shahid Siddiqui joins us tonight. Abhishek Singhvi of the Congress and Sambit Patra of the BJP. Let me take that first to the commentators tonight, and to Shekhar Gupta first. What should we make of this coordination meeting, the stock taking that is going on? As Rahul says, it's got a very large number of delegates, the Prime Minister, senior ministers making presentations. Clearly, the RSS is sort of setting the agenda, isn't it?
Well, I think that's a question you should ask either Rakesh or anybody from the government or the RSS. But the fact is that if RSS is a social organization or it's an NGO, why is the government holding this big jamboree? Ministers have other stuff to do, and why are they making these presentations? If they are making these presentations because RSS has a larger advisory, supervisory, whatever, philosophical, intellectual role to play in the functioning of the government, then I would rather that they gave the RSS a constitutional position as the UPA had done with the NAC. So this is an NAC which is extra constitutional. So, I'm not saying it's moral or immoral, that's a different thing, but this is, whatever it is extra constitutional. So government should not shy from giving the RSS or maybe a committee of the RSS some kind of a statutory position, as the last one had done with the LAC. We fought with the LAC, we argued with the LAC, we disagreed with the LAC, at least I did, and the paper I edited did. I may still argue with the RSS, but I would like to see a formal description of what the RSS's role is, because RSS,
very interesting
because
point.
in a democratic government there is no role for a Rajguru.
Yeah, so you're saying that why not label it properly, give it a constitutional authority,
be upfront about it.
Shahid Siddiqui, do you agree?
You are a government that takes the RSS very seriously,
okay,
that seeks the RSS's approval.
Then say it. Then give them that authority. Shahid Siddiqui,
so
do you agree
pretense?
That pretense has to end now, and that the government should just come forward and just make it a more formal position?
No, I agree with Shekhar, but now we see the change from the Bajpayee days, when it was always hush-hush kind of meetings between RSS and the ministers of the government. Now it is in the open. They are doing it openly, which I think I welcome, because it has become part of Indian democratic structure, Indian system, which is evolving in its own way, where we see this kind of, you call them extra constitutional or outside the government people or forces, to which the government seems to be equally accountable. The government is accountable to the people of this country, to the parliament, and also to NSE or to the RSS, as we see here. But I mean, it's how RSS can be given a constitutional position, I don't know, because there can be advisory body where you can have people from different sources, but organization cannot be given advisory position. That is not possible, because if that happens, then you do away with the very idea of a parliamentary democracy. So but it can be discussed. Of course, it should be discussed, and these these issues should come out, and we should see whether it is to appease the RSS or it is to take instructions from the RSS.
In that sense, the NSE was criticized a lot, even though it was a constitutional body. There was so much criticism that it was a sort of a parallel government.
It functioned for 10 years.
There was criticism that it was a parallel government running, and during the UPA's time. So Sambit Patra, how is this different from the NSE?
It drafted laws for the
It drafted laws, exactly. So how is this different? Why are senior ministers of the government of India making presentations then to the RSS, which is, according to you, a cultural organization? Or can we stop saying that?
See, first and foremost, we have to remember one thing, that we all, including RSS, Bharatiya Janata Party and number of other organizations, we are an ideological family, what we call as Vichar Dhara ki Parivar. So we are all in a family, and as far as Shekhar's suggestion that if RSS is an organization, why not give it a constitutional post of an advisor? Let me remind that what bigger constitutional post can be given from RSS when a pracharak from RSS himself is the Prime Minister of this country, as was Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was also a pracharak from RSS, and he was the Prime Minister. So naturally, we don't have to distinguish between ideologies. Thought processes can never be drawn with boundaries. Secondly, one absolute important thing that has to be mentioned over here, before I carry forward my discussion, though at the expense of repeating.
Were elected lead.
Mr. Vajpayee never held a meeting like this.
Yeah, no. So Mr. Modi is an elected leader of this country. He's elected. He's the Prime Minister. I mean, how is Mohan Bhagwat the same?
Yes. So, no. Yeah, that's what I was coming to. That's what I was coming to. Please listen to me. See, though I have repeated myself, but still again I will repeat myself by saying that one has to know the distinction between a remote control and a compass. The remote control, remember, always lies with 10 Janpat. It has a control button. So was happening in the NSE also. A compass does not have a control button. A compass is just a button, just an instrument where we conglomerate to discuss, where we conglomerate to coordinate, to see to it that things are moving in the right direction, right perspective as far as the social indicators are concerned. That is all. And this Samanvay Baitak, these kind of ideological meetings have been happening in the past as well, whether we have been in government or whether we have not been in the government.
But now you are
Every year, two such meetings take place. So what is the problem?
So why are senior ministers making
So this is a
presentations
routine
and
procedure.
getting feedback
This
from
is a
the
routine
RSS?
procedure.
What is the constitutional authority
Why
that the
should this be a
RSS
routine
has?
procedure? Why should this be a routine procedure?
Sambit.
No, first, can I? No, first and foremost, this is not that we are in government and we are going and making presentations in front of the RSS and we are seeking appraisal from them. Absolutely no. This is a procedure which has been taking place right from the very beginning, right from the day the Bharatiya Janata Party was formed way back in 1980. Every year, twice, the Vichar Parivar meets, discusses, decides as to how we should move forward for the betterment of the society. There is no dictation. There is only devotion for the society, no dictation. And this word dictation is of prime importance. And how does one know as to what is happening in this meeting when none of the ministers are making any press conferences? They are not giving any kind of statement. So why should I infer as to they are taking, there's any kind of appraisal? No, there is no.
So
Ram Madhavji right
so
now
they're
came out
talking
and
about
said
the
there is
weather.
no appraisal.
So
it is
they're
only coordination.
They're talking about the. I mean, what else could they be talking about? Why is Sushma Swaraj giving them an appraisal of foreign relations today? Tomorrow, other ministries are doing the
I'm
same.
not saying
Abhishek
that I'm
Singhvi,
not
though,
ta-
I want
I'm
to take
not
this to
saying
Abhishek
that they
Singhvi.
are talking
I would
about
not say
important
it's
issues.
immoral because
they
this is
are
what the-
talking about important issues for the nation, but there is no dictation on this.
Okay.
And there is no harm.
Okay, no, one
Anyone
second.
and
So,
everyone in
Abhishek
this
Singhvi,
country
the
can make
distinction that
suggestions.
Sambit
Any
Patra
organization
makes,
can make suggestions.
the distinction that Sambit Patra makes with the NAC is that that was a remote control and that the RSS is a compass for the BJP. Abhishek Singhvi.
Let me tell you that what is happening during, I'm having a terrible echo, Nidhi. What is happening now is the worst form of distortion of democracy with a huge amount of power without accountability. First of all, let's debunk these two NAC issues and remote control issues. The NAC is a notified body by executive order. Sonia Gandhi was the declared chairperson of UPA. She is a member of parliament. A notification by the government created a NAC. It met officially. It had minutes. And it then disbanded when it was not required. There was nothing hush-hush. I believe there are thousands of NGOs out there in India who would love to call themselves social organizations with 1/100th the power of the RSS. This is complete power, brazen power with zero accountability. You have prime ministers, deputy prime ministers, senior cabinet ministers paying obeisance. You have people taking instructions. You have institutions packed, be it from the censor boards to the FTIIs, you have people chosen and picked. Now, if this is, you see, there is no problem. Please declare the RSS into some kind of an official body. You tend to distort and forget that the NAC was that. You tend to distort and forget that the Mrs. Sonia Gandhi was given an official position. There is accountability, there is transparency, there is public reporting. The RSS is an organization which exercises far greater power than any so-called social organization with absolutely no control, no transparency. Now today what you are having everybody from the Prime Minister downwards, and we know that many of them dare not refuse an actual diktat of the RSS. Now this is ultimately, it's not about this BJP or that NDA, it's about the fundamentals of Indian democracy. And this is, there is no answer forthcoming except very, just use of verbiage and good words about remote and compass. Please use whatever words you like. The substance remains the same. And the substance is not explained by you because you are now using
Nidhi,
this organization to receive instructions which you are appointing people on.
All right. Sambit, give me a second. Professor Rakesh Sinha is here. Professor Sinha, let's clarify what this relationship is. I remember you on this program in the past actually said, yes, the RSS is very much a political organization. What's wrong with that? Why is it so hard for the BJP to just say that?
I think Shekhar Gupta ji and Sahid Siddiqui both are very old journalists and they know Indian politics more than me. When Bharatiya Janata Party was formed on 8th April 1980, the reason was the Sangh, which was previously part of the Janata Party. The issue was raised by Madhulime and other socialists. Dual membership issue, that your relationship with the RSS. And the people from the Sangh, they decided not to disconnect from the RSS, but to disconnect from the Janata Party government and the party, and the Bharatiya Janata Party formed.
And the government fell.
So the question is settled. RSS-BJP relationship is not an unsettled question in the Indian politics. Nidhi, we all work in the liberal democratic framework. And RSS is not a trans-constitutional body. It is not the post-constitutional body. It is under the constitution, it is functioning. RSS is an ideological mission, and I will confess here that RSS and Bharatiya Janata Party is an alternative mode of politics. It is different from other political parties. It is an ideological mission, an ideological movement from where BJP was born, and BJP is functioning. So the people who gathered here in Samanvaya Baithak, this is a routine. Why I say routine? In a year, all the organization affiliates of the organization or RSS gathered together twice in a year. This is the second meeting they gathered. The Prime Minister is a Prime Minister, but he is also a Swayamsevak. Nidhi, you are a great journalist, but in a family, your father is a father, you are a daughter. So Swayamsevaks comes, they are in the government, and the activists who gathered, they are not like Rahul, Sonia Gandhi. They are not like Mulayam Singh. They are not the armchair activists. They are the grassroots activists. They are the number of the RSS organizations. I am just give one example. Ekal Vidyalaya, one of the project of the RSS, has 50,000 schools in the tribal and the rural area. Vidya Bharati is the largest education body.
Who is the RSS accountable to?
Bharati Mazdoor
Who is the RSS accountable
Here
to?
I say accountability of the RSS, because RSS works among the people that labor field, in educational field.
It's not but it's not an elected body, it's not a constitutional body.
I'm concluding. I'm not taking more than 30 seconds. That's why RSS gives feedback to the government. And any government which takes the feedback, and here I say, the functional representation in the body, in the Sangh Samanvaya, this is a functional representation. In democracy, when there is a functional representation outside the government, that is the happiest moment for the democracy. What I just, last point, where Abhishek Manu Singhvi was raising, here I have no grudge against the National Advisory Council. What I have grudge, that Sonia Gandhi has devalued the position of the Prime Minister. We are not devaluing the position of the Prime Minister. Narendra Modi is a Prime Minister, he has the final say, Cabinet has the final say. It is Narendra Modi who has decided that land acquisition bill, the amendment he has withdrawn. But it was the Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh. It is a Bharatiya
I was going to say that RSS groups were very strongly opposed to the land ordinance as well. So, are you saying, but I mean, are you saying that the RSS has no influence over policies that is, I mean, whether it's in education, educational institutions, the appointment of people in various bodies, important positions, there has been an RSS stamp in so many ways, everywhere.
Look, if RSS people are being appointed, they have been excluded. We are not excluding others. It is inclusive politics, inclusive appointment. Second, last point I am telling you here, that RSS advises, some pro-people advice that nothing wrong. Janata Party chief Chandrasekhar ji and Morarji Desai, Atal Bihari Vajpayee used to go Kadam Kuan to get advice from Jayaprakash Narayan. It was not the formalized.
Shahid Siddiqui wants to come in on this.
This is very wrong to call it is undemocratic and immoral.
No.
It is a very much democratic, it is very much moral, it is very much pro-people.
Okay, is it democratic because they are grassroots workers? But who is the RSS accountable to? That is the question.
Yes, that's the question I wanted to ask my friend Rakesh Sinha, that is the RSS, is the Modi government accountable to RSS? Is it equally accountable to RSS as it is to the parliament? I mean, this will be definitely not the structure the constitution makers had given to this country. So we have to really relook at it, rethink on it. I'm not saying it is wrong or right. What I am saying is that we must now relook at our democracy in a different way. If our government and our ministers have to make a presentation to RSS leaders for their approval. Have you heard what they have done and what they should be doing in the future?
Have you heard any time in last 15 months that RSS had dictated not to do and asked the Prime Minister to get back something? No. It is the Prime Minister, it is the Cabinet which is taking decision. RSS as a cultural body which advises, and RSS is a cultural body, mind it. It is not a Jhal Manjira bajane wala sangathan nahi hai. It is a cultural body in its world.